I know that, but I'm.
Yeah, it's a garden.
Oh, that's it.
Yep. Yeah. It was even bigger, but got sunburned this year, so. Yeah.
We got everyone down here and Petra here and all stars, right? All stars. What do you hear about your hymn? Definitely going in?
Yeah, they,
I think it's very, I think it's wonderful.
the information is needed, and, but,
And also it's,
you know, I guess they're serious.
well, you know, it's original. And it's, I think it's perfectly.
But they didn't like the one you liked. Well, they liked it.
But you know what?
They liked it, but I don't know.
But to us, that would be so for our congregation. Amplify that. Try to do it for everyone.
Yeah, I know you took that one. That's not wrong.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey, morning.
Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
Good, how are you?
The road traveler, huh?
Where should I sit?
Wherever you wanted to share.
Traveling.
Where's the chair?
Where have you been lately? I know. You were surprised, right?
Okay.
How's that going?
You just getting ready?
We got home late last night.
Water, everything.
Yeah.
One night, my
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Today's.
I feel excited.
Where'd you come home? I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Sometimes travel, we don't have any problems.
I know, so many. Yeah. No, I lived in a
The world travel. No. We tried to invite you to our.
Hey, you got coat.
Yes.
How big is your board?
Memorize when I go to fourth grade.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Hey, look. In honor of his big I got a shirt. Straight for you.
See you, Ross. How are you?
Professor, you still
All right, I'll
teaching?
keep you. Yeah. All right.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You always about it.
Good morning. How are you? So many. Hi.
Hey, look at you.
Welcome. I'm Dave.
Hi, good morning.
Maestro. Boy, how many years have I been, you know what's Is that what that was? I'll take Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, but what's on the other side?
I'll get you as a guest musician.
Yesterday.
Someone to consider anyway, right? Oh, I think this is for me. I'm gonna take a sip. That way it's mine. Put my lips on it. Somebody else is doing else.
You know, people love to be there, and then there's people there, they just on dock there and everything.
I know this one.
So it's literally that. Oh, yeah, such a great one. Very nice, and, I did a flip, which is at the ocean. Ocean thing, over there.
I guess we can
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be.
Did you see the play? You did not. It's on. It's
About 16,000. Yeah, well, that's such a nice thing, it's nice thing. You can always go to the front. I know that.
What do you know? Only five Played, all these years playing country and swing and blues and rock and roll and my only platinum record is Mace.
UUCCN Wi-Fi? Oh, don't worry, don't worry.
John.
He's right there, he's the patient.
John's it has it all.
Hi, hi.
Oh, Long Beach.
It is, you're absolutely right. Yes, very nice though. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've been together here.
Don't put anything down on the other.
Besides that, we are.
Got this song, we got Mike, so it didn't come across.
But it says here that the welcome comes before the privilege today.
The welcome should take place.
All right, so I'll come up whenever I want.
5 minutes ago.
I gotta practice. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to UUCCN, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Central Nassau. And it is wonderful to see you all here today. I am Anita Gatsby-Coddington, and I serve as a board of trustees. And today's service is led by our famous Gordon Bailey, who's coming back to grace us with his presence and wisdom. And we're joined by our musical director, Michael Santanino. And if you are new here, please know that this is a welcoming congregation, a special community that supports one another on our spiritual journey. We are people worshiping together from many paths who are brave, curious, and compassionate thinkers and doers. We are here to help one another to do the difficult work of seeking meaning, acting for justice, living with integrity, and working with one another in peace and love. We hope that this hour, set apart from daily concerns, will renew our spirits, strengthen our love for one another, and embolden us to bring reconciliation wherever we find division. It is good to be together.
Good morning, everyone. What a joy it is to be here with you today. And hear this song, this beautiful piece, I think, from the Hamilton musical, Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells. Just a note, if you haven't seen Hamilton, listen to the soundtrack. It's worth seeing. Who's going to tell your story? That's what we're going to deal with today.
Good morning. My name is Elizabeth Gonzalez, and I'm the chair of the Worship Arts Committee here at UUCCN. For today's cello sliding, words by Herbert Gordon Clay Bailey. For those who came before and those who come after, we light this chalice in memory and in hope. Memory of those whose hands held the weight of the world, and hope for those whose hands are still forming. May this flame honor our ancestors, known and unknown, flawed and faithful, and call us into responsibility to live with the kind of love that echoes across generations. We are the living bridge. Let us walk with courage and build a better world with every step.
There's nothing quite like hearing your own words read by someone. Kind of like that. Hear these words of welcome. These words come from my esteemed colleague, Richard S. Gilbert. One time the head of New York Interfaith, one time the minister of the Rochester congregation with over 700 members. Richard Gilbert's a tower of power. So if you ever look him up on the UUA website, his books are amazing. All right, so he says, we bid you welcome. We bid you welcome who come with weary spirits seeking rest, who come with troubles that are too much with you. Yeah, that's it. We bid you welcome who come with hope in your heart.
Who come with anticipation in your step.
We bid you welcome. Ooh, there you go. I'm racing y'all. Say that again for me.
Come with anticipation in your step. Who come proud and joyous.
We bid you welcome who are seekers of a new faith.
Who come to probe and explore. Who come to learn.
We bid you welcome who enter this hall as a homecoming.
We have found here room for your spirit. Who find in this people a family.
Whoever you are, that's right. Whatever you are, wherever you are on your journey,
We bid you welcome.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. And now, join us for our opening hymn, Maestro.
Yeah, 124, no, 123. Everybody, 1, 2, 3.
You were keeping them on their toes. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3 in your hymnal.
1, 2, 3. Right, I'll play a little bit.
Thank you so much. Would you please find a quiet space in your heart or mind or soul? And let's hear silence for a little bit, followed by a brief prayer. Spirit of life and love, source of all that was and will be, in this moment, let us take pause to honor the ancient breath within us, the inherited wisdom, the untold stories, the resilience passed through blood and spirit. May we listen deeply to the ancestors. not only those enshrined in books and memory, but the forgotten ones, the silenced ones, the everyday people who dreamed of a better tomorrow. Guide us, O Spirit. Guide us to live not just for today, but for 7 generations ahead. Let us plant trees we may never sit under. Let us speak truths others were not allowed to say. Let us love more boldly, forgive more freely, and build more justly, not for glory, but for goodness sake. Amen. Ashe, and may it be so. All right. So, we have the traditional lighting of candles, right? Time, the people's candles, huh?
We don't do candles, just like sure.
Oh, y'all just shit. So it's a virtual candle. It is virtual light. And I'm lighting the peace candle now, right? So for all of that, ooh, peace for this world.
It's matches right on the other side.
They are. You know, when ministers get so goofy that they don't know where things are, maybe it's time to retire. Hey, it might be my time. Gotta make sure y'all tell my story when I'm gone. Right, so as you are ready or able or willing to share, you just rise and you say your name. Say your name, say your name. Tell us something about you.
I'll keep it short.
Who are you?
Deborah's voice. And I know you all or most of you, I'll keep it short. This is very happy to come today and going through something very briefly. Although the Bible is not in this whole word, amen, and radiation. So, yeah, I'll be on this back anyway, and I know you had the whole picture. Anyhow, I'm certainly sorry, y'all, understand. So anyhow, I had to have extensive blood tests and took so much blood out of me to just say that. But we're hopeful, I have to have a bone marrow. I'm hopeful. I'm doing for a certain thing. It have been from, just too much blood taken over time for an old person. And, I finished the pill and I was feeling great, I think I'm not great. So we'll find out. And hopefully, we'll all be together for a long time. And I'm not over yet. But, I'm so glad to be here with Gordon and all of Gordon so much. We had so much fun and very appreciated.
We're surprised. Pretty keep us surprised with what's going on.
Yes, I will.
Thank you for sharing.
I'll do.
Others, you're going to live beyond the physical form, your spirit. I know. That's right. You're going to be telling other people's story. I know. Yes.
I just wanted to share some concern about the flooding that happened in Cleveland on Thursday. It's very close to where I live on the Little Neck. Most of it was in the Bayside, but just for anyone who's injured or hurt or their homes or their businesses damaged. And I just hope that as we move into this future where we work in the subtropical zone, that we learn how to be safe. Because it can be very dangerous to people, especially if you're in a basement apartment or,
Sharing. Others?
I just returned from California last night. It was very joyous. My nephew got married, and all of my siblings were there, and got to meet a lot of his wife's family, and we had a lovely also family trip. But just filled with joy to be here to see this other family, and especially Reverend Court. Welcome back to the UUCCN.
Thank you so much. Others have things to share, or joys, concerns. The famous Ed from Huntington and his fabulous wife Judy
Judy from Huntington,
from Huntington.
longtime friends of Gordon,
Uh-huh.
and we're looking forward to the joyous wedding of our son in October, and Gordon is going to come from all the way from California to appreciate us. Looking forward to that. Many years of Neil Bonds with your Patsy Cadillac. Well, glad to see you all.
Gordon, you've known James since he was 2 years old.
I know, he was a sweet boy. Hope he's a sweet man. Thank you for sharing. Glad you two are with us. Well, it's a joy to be here. Some of you I know, some of you I don't know, but here's what I would tell you. It's a joy always to be at UUCCN. I feel like it's a homecoming for me. You all took me in when I was fresh out of seminary. So it's a long time ago now. Thank you for having me here and seeing Maestro and just all of you. It's a joy. So, my big flame, I have a big flame of joy. Well, how about we, hey, I don't do this part. I don't ask you for the money. Somebody else has to do that. Ministers got to stay away from that part.
So I think we just have two announcements. One is that the last Thursday of the month in August, we're going to be having our book club meeting on Zoom at 8 p.m. This month's book is Black and Blues, How a Color Tells the Story of My People by Amani Perry. Looking forward to that. Check the weekly emails for the Zoom link. And you know, we have a lot of nice summer programming coming up. Next week, it's Chris Ross. And then after that, Tyrone Davis is coming back. And just looking forward to the fall. On September 7th will be our homecoming and gathering water service. So just letting you know when that's going to be. So, for our offering and Thanksgiving, first comes the Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being here today and for your support of UUCCN. Your pledges, donations, and volunteering sustain our congregation as we are 100% dependent on our members, friends, and guests. Please give today when the ushers pass the collection plate in a minute, or you can use a credit card on our website, uuccn.org. One of our traditions is to share our Sunday collection plate with another organization whose work aligns with our values and principles. During the months of July and August, we support a primary school in the Navajo Nation of New Mexico. The pumpkins at our annual pumpkin patch, our biggest fundraiser, are grown on Navajo land, and many of the workers who tend the pumpkins are Navajo. Supporting the education of Navajo children is a way that we can give back and support the community whose efforts support ours. Please help with this important work by giving today. If you're giving by check, please write Share the Plate Summer on the memo line. If you have future suggestions for Share the Plate candidates, please speak with a board member or email uuccn@aol.com. Thank you for all you do to support our congregation. We are truly very grateful and truly blessed by the generosity for our community.
I know your kindness is much appreciated by this congregation. So we can do the ongoing work. We can take care of your fine minister, make sure she gets an increase in salary, You know, those things are always a nice thing. Maestro, you know, those who do the cleaning, you know, hey, money, right? Money, money, money. So I want to share with you a reading that I came across, and I modified it somewhat. You have it in your order of service. What does it mean to be a good ancestor? And this was, the reading I saw was from Layla F. Said, I believe is the right way to pronounce her name, and Adrienne Marie Brown. Say her name right. And it kind of matched my UU values, our UU values. So here's what I came up with using their words. Being a good ancestor means we make choices, not just for comfort, but for consequence. It means resisting systems that deny dignity so that future generations do not inherit the same battles. It means tending the soil of community so something nourishing can grow even if we won't taste the fruit. It means offering our names, our stories, our truths, so others can know where they came from and where they might go. Being a good ancestor is not about perfection. It is about purpose. And in the words of our faith, our Unitarian Universalist, it is about deeds, not creeds, about what we do with our one precious and complicated life, and how that doing lives on in the hearts and hands of others. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story, right? So, this all came about because I was in Baltimore for General Assembly. Any of you there besides your minister? Oh, Ed was there. Ed from Huntington was in General Assembly. He was everywhere at GA. I saw him everywhere. And I had what I can only call a born-again UU moment. Born-again UU. That seems strange, right? Usually think that's affiliated with maybe being Pentecostal or some kind of holy roller, tent revival, snakes, you know. But I watched Unitarian Universalists scramble about the General Assembly. I listened to the most amazing choir. How many people were in that choir? 100? There's a big UU choir. The music was brilliant. The voices were great. The preaching was spectacular. I fell in love with Unitarian Universalism all over again. Why I chose to spend my life doing this and not making money, I'll never know. But what I do know for certain is that I come alive around us, around the values and the concerns, around the open-ended search for truth and spirituality, around my ability to be both an West African and a Native American or indigenous person, you know, and a Celtic person and a New Yorker and a brother from Harlem. If you didn't know, I'm a brother from Harlem. And now I live in LA, and it's weird to be a New Yorker in LA, but there's actually a good number of us. We like palm trees and warm weather. So being born again, UU, for me, at this juncture of my life, I'm 63, about to be 64 in a few months, about to become a great-grandfather, and for some of you that know my granddaughter, it's quite an amazing reality that young woman is going to be a mother already. And when I fussed with her over her choice, she said, "Papa, don't you read a quote from Sophia Lyons-Fars every Christmas Eve about how special each life is?" She said, I heard your words. Bless this life I'm gonna bring. Papa, shut up now. Nothing to say now. So who lives, who dies, and will your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your nieces, nephews, will this community say your name? I know Annalise's name is etched in stone. Is Patsy Catlin got a room named after her yet? How will you be remembered? So let me give you some of what I wrote. I started with this. When we are gone, we want to be remembered, right? Not just for what we said, but for what we loved, what we built, how we made others feel. This is the echo of a life well lived. This is the ancestors' gifts to us. How far back can you go? Do you say their names? Do you remember them? I have my grandparents and my great-grandparents' photos in my house. And my kids are like, can you put them away? I'm like, no, never. They're watching us. Oh dear. What does that mean? All right. Beloved community, each day we rise with the breath of our ancestors in our lungs. Whether or not we know their names, their choices, their wounds, their joys, they live within each of us. And here's the truth. We too often forget. One day we will be the ancestors. What will they say about us? This question is not meant to burden you with guilt or pressure. Although I am from New York, that means we apply a little guilt and pressure, right? New Yorkers, that's what we do. So yes, the truth is, one day you will be the ancestors, and what will they say about you? This is meant, I hope, as an awakening, to awaken us to the beauty, responsibility, and power of living on behalf of those we may never see. We may never see those people that come, those generations, right? I thought about this in terms of love is a legacy, is a love story. What legacy? Have you passed those pie recipes off? I need that blueberry peach one. That thing was like smoking crack, Annalie. I was hooked. What? Girl, what you put in that pie? Richard Pryor say that woman put her big toe up in the. Y'all don't know Richard Pryor humor, do you? Get. Anyway, I'm aging myself, but. Maya Angelou once wrote, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. She's reminding us you are never just you. You are the continuation of stories, prayers, trauma, dreams, and survival over eons of time. And if we are brave enough, loving enough, we become the ones who begin a new chapter in that ancient story. My ring has Adam and Eve on it, or Steve and Steve, I don't know, it's a couple, right? Somebody had to bring life forward. Somebody in your past made a decision when it was scary, or they were too poor, or too under stress to bring life, but they brought it. Because they brought life, you're here. And everyone you ever loved was here. The Ghanaian American philosopher Kwame Anthony Appiah. I got to learn how to say these words now. Don't they have a name? Don't they have an app for that now? You can get names pronounced. See, I'm old, but I better get with it. Anyway, the Ghanaian American philosopher Kwame Anthony Appiah. He said, the legacy of a good life is not fame or fortune. It is the dignity we restore to others, the love we offer without reward, the justice we leave behind in our wake. To become a good ancestor, friends, we must root ourselves not in ego, but in love. And our denomination is trying to help us with that. Centering love. Center love in all you do, right? So in order to be a good ancestor, I'm suggesting to you that you're going to root yourselves not in your own self-aggrandizement. Like, I'd like to be as cool as you, Anna Lee, and have my name somewhere. I may never get there. But if you remember that I made you smile just once, my legacy is good. You understand? If you remember that we held hands or our eyes met and I held you in my heart for just a moment, my legacy is good, right? We don't have to be Anna Lee or Maestro or the fabulous Reverend. We just need to touch people with love. Generosity of spirit, kindness and compassion. They'll remember you. I think Maya Angelou said it. I may not remember your name, I'm paraphrasing, but I'll remember how you made me feel. How did you leave me? I'm still using that stole y'all gave me because y'all made me feel good, right? Cornel West said, to become a good ancestor, we must root ourselves in love, not as a sentiment or mood, but as a praxis of love, right? A praxis of love, a fierce responsibility. We've got a fierce responsibility to do the things that will leave a legacy. Again, not ego tripping, but wanting to sow seeds of things that will grow long after we're gone. Those students you teach, huh? How many nice people did you help on those buses? How many years you drove a bus? The kindly bus driver, man. Better than Ralph Cramden. No, all the things you do, right? Who you touch. Cornel West additionally said, never forget that justice is what love looks like in public. Don't forget. Don't forget. So the ancestors, they're with us. At least some of us think so. I know when I come into this building, Hope Johnson is hovering about this place, saying, Gordon, you better say something good for my people. Right? So many others have served here. How many ministers have you had since you've been in this building? A lot of people, a lot of voices. Who was the dancing guy who did the soft shoe number? We had a Broadway guy here once. Right? So many voices. But I hear that song, say her name, say her name. Remember people's names. Don't let them fade from memory. Remember your beloved ones who walked alongside of you. Is that Ira? I just looked at his program the other day. I don't throw away anything. My kids are going to have a hell of a time cleaning up after me. Who was Ira? Ira was a lovely man I met for a short time. Make people feel some kind of way about you, for your presence matters, your interactions. So folks, let us honor the ancestors who showed us how to love in hard times. Folks, these are hard times. Things are going to get harder. If you like coffee, I suggest you buy a whole lot now. Don't laugh. Brazil's a major coffee producer. 50% tariff. What's your coffee going to cost you? I heard something about this on NPR this morning. It was a story about some green stuff that grows in Texas. that has caffeine in it. I wish see, that's this getting old thing, but it was good. It's the only green thing that grows in the United States that has caffeine in it naturally. And so they're going to market this indigenous plant that it was used for eons of time that had gotten hidden from us, and now it's going to go crazy around America, right? All right. So let's remember to honor the ancestors. And here's some ancestors that came to my mind. And when we were in Baltimore, I went down to DC and went to the African American Smithsonian. First of all, I love DC more than I love California, because that was chocolate city, baby. It was blacker than black, and I was black back then. I hadn't lost my color. So I loved living in chocolate city. Don't get it fuzzy. I never had a black teacher K through 12 living in New York City. But my children, all their teachers when they were little were black. It makes a child feel a different kind of way. Don't get it fuzzy. Metropolitan DC in Prince George's County, Maryland, has the highest income for black Americans in the country. It's nice seeing black folks living large. Huh? John Thompson, the coach at Georgetown, was my neighbor. I like being around people who are high achievers. Not because those who don't achieve aren't worthy. I just like being around them people that got big bucks and invite me in for a nice meal, you know. Share some of that good brandy with me. All right. So here are some people that came to my mind. First and foremost, my great-grandmother, the story goes that she came with French missionaries from what is the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, to Louisiana. So I thought about her, the enslaved mother who whispered freedom in her child's ear by candlelight, even when she had no freedom herself. Well, my great-grandmother did live long enough to be free. But she came here in shackles, right? In bondage. Then I thought about my friend. I have a friend in Las Vegas, a person that's transitioned, and I thought to the queer elder who marched in pride parades before it was safe to be out, because this individual taught me about Marsha P. Johnson and how the uprising, Stone was, thank you, right, Marsha P. Johnson, don't forget that name. And then I thought about the people I used to deliver. I was a little boy and Mr. Horowitz delivered our laundry, and my brother worked for Mr. Horowitz, but my brother went off to college, and I said, Mr. Horowitz, can I have Jonathan's job? He said, you're too little. I said, I can do it. He said, let me see. And I could carry the things. He said, okay, if it's all right with your mom. And then I delivered all along the Grand Concourse. Well, the Grand Concourse in the Bronx used to be very Jewish. And I remember the Holocaust survivors who showed me those numbers. And I never forget how that made me feel, how I wept for them. So I want to remember Elie Wiesel, because his writings have helped me. I want to remember those people who taught peace instead of vengeance. There's a big difference. And I want to think about Chief Orrin Lyons of the Onondaga people, who told me when I was in search of my Cherokee relatives, and they were telling me I was very brown-skinned. Oh, you don't look like you're Cherokee. And I was like, but you look like you're white. Why are you telling me what a Cherokee looks like? And Chief Orrin Lyons told me, it's not about a quantum amount of indigenous DNA. It's about where your heart is, Gordon. And I said, well, my heart's with the Eastern Woodlands and things you all have taught me, the Mohawk and the Oneida living upstate. I used to find the arrowheads in our fields. I thought about this. The indigenous teacher who spoke in the old languages, even when it was forbidden, even doing their dances and things, holding on to their history, their culture, their sacred rites. when they were being denied. And these were some of the ancestors that came to mind. And I thought about my father's people. We thought we were Irish. Bailey, oh, I went to St. Patty's Day parade. I'm actually more Scottish than Irish and more English than Scottish. I go, oh no! But I still keep a bottle of Bailey's Irish cream. Had it in my coffee the other day. So the ancestors, whoever they are, wherever they come from, DR, PR, Italy, huh? Finnish, I don't know, Norwegian, Sweden. Hey, I was getting close. I worked for the Urban Ethnography program in Washington, D.C., interviewing people. I got to know people by the shapes of faces, by the vocal tones they carry, right? You can start to learn a people. So, my friends, I'll talk too long. Let me close up with these UU voices of our values. In the words of our president, Reverend Dr. Sophia Bentoncourt, she says, our values call us to be bold, faithful, and a justice-loving people. We are not here to watch the world change. We are here to help it in its new alignment, in its new shape. And one of my dear friends, Reverend Marjorie Bowens Wheatley wrote, faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. Things may be dark, some things may be gloomy. What they're doing in Los Angeles, grabbing people left and right, is frightening. What they did to our senator, United States Senator, thrown to the ground, right? This is nothing like any of us have ever seen before. But we must hold on. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. The light always comes back. Didn't Annie tell us sun will come out tomorrow? And my mentor, the Reverend William Singford, former UUA president, asked us, what would it mean if we lived our values out loud? What are the values that your ancestors passed on to you? I make black cake every Christmas. Huh? I make stew every St. Patty's Day. I make peas and rice every Sunday. Right? Some of us do the things that people taught us. What did your ancestors teach you? What's been passed down? And what have you passed on? Dear friends, to be good ancestors, we must live loudly, lovingly, and with purpose, rooted in our UU principles, centering love, affirming dignity, justice, equity, and compassion in all human relations. Can I get an amen on that? Amen. And it's all done, man. Thank you. Thank you all so much. What we got, Maestro? Blue Boat Home? You mean one of my favorites?
Well, you chose it, so
Shh, they're not supposed to know that.
You know that.
You played my two favorites today.
It's 1064. It says that, but it's 1064.
It's in the...
I tell my kids that's the best way to sing, stand it up. There's physiological reasons that I'm not going to bore you with right now, but you can take my word for it. And
below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harder or more have I known. Running the is the ocean I travel. Yeah, y'all did good. Thank you so much. Please be seated. All right, so these closing words. Oh, I wrote these too. Jeez. Special guy, that Gordon. This is entitled, Go Forth as Good Ancestors. Go now, not in haste, but with intention. Walk as if generations are watching, because they are. Let your life be a gift to those you will never meet. Let your heart be a compass when the path is unclear. May the ancestors behind you give you courage. May the descendants ahead of you give you vision. And may love, that great eternal force, hold us all in the sacred web of becoming. Go in peace, go in purpose, go in love.
That's a wrap. I'm going to sing a little song. Actually, invite them to extinguish that, yeah. She'll do it. We got a little-
Price of the matches.
See, time to retire.
I can't enjoy the shining summer skies when I'm gone. And I can't comfort anyone who cries when I'm gone. I can't be singing louder than lies when I'm gone. So I guess I'll say it while I'm
Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for having me, folks.
Thank you. Thank you, boy, great.
They say you can't go home, but I don't believe you. It was spectacular. My daughter was snorting cocaine. I said, oh my God, this thing is so good.
Thank you for
I
trying
didn't
so
share it
hard.
with anyone. There's somewhere. Yeah, we should hear before. When I retire, I'll come as often as I can. Yeah. I'll have a couple of years. I gotta put some money away for this baby. Haven't had a baby around in 21 years. She's gonna come out to California with me. I work from home most of the time.
With that baby, that's great.
I like babies. They don't talk back.
Oh, you'd be surprised, they get their blanket
I know, I know.
They do, you'd be surprised.
From us. Yeah, we see him once in a while. He still plays some little band. He had some.
My mother, 20 years ago, my daughter, she just never, she said, listen,
Our congregation members,
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Yeah, I don't see him that often, but every once in a while, once a year, I run into him.
Did you guys get me running in Long Beach?
We have one of our congregations that lives there.